is John Payne Catholic School in Chelmsford, where they're absorbing that news and getting to grips with the sorts of things they're going to have to put in place in less than a fortnight's time. Let me introduce you to Kitty and George, some of the pupils who are here this morning. They've been in because they've got key worker parents. What do you think about what you've heard, Kitty, about the school filling up again in a fortnight and everybody coming back? Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I'm really excited to see all my friends and yeah, I just get to see everyone.
And what do you think about having to wear masks in classrooms and also having to test yourself for the virus?
I think wearing masks is going to be quite hard because I think it's just going to be hard to learn whilst your face is covered for 6 hours a day. But the home testing, I think that's alright. Like, I think, yeah, that's not such a big deal because we're all going to have to test at some point, so we may as well just do it.
What do you think, George? You've been tested when you've been coming into school, right? You think you could do that yourself at home?
Yeah, I think I can.
And are you looking forward to everybody coming back? Do you think it's the right time?
Yeah, I'm excited to see all my friends again after such a long time.
Okay. Let's bring in Mr. Cohen, the headmaster here. Do you think this is the right time? What do you think about the way this has been managed?
Well, firstly, we're thrilled at the prospect of our students coming back. George has said he's looking forward to seeing his friends. Likewise, we're looking forward to seeing all of our students. We've always said, since March 23rd, that health and safety permitting, we couldn't get the students back here soon enough. So we're thrilled to be at that point, but clearly it needs to be managed in a cautious, careful way that continues to safeguard and protect our whole community.
And that first round of testing is going to be on you, the school, to offer those first three. Can you actually do that for everybody?
That is a hugely challenging and significant undertaking for any school. We will find a way of making it work, but I do have concerns about the expectation that school leaders and staff are being placed under at a time that our efforts need to be concentrated upon supporting students' academic progress and supporting their mental health and well-being.
So does that return need to be phased?
I believe it does. I believe that the finer detail of the Prime Minister's announcement yesterday allows for that, allows for schools to operate a phased return. That's certainly how, in these early hours, we have been planning, following yesterday's announcement, to bring students back year group by year group in a phased manner that allows us to manage those expectations for testing, which are within the first 2 weeks. For our school, it will amount to possibly up to 4,000 tests. We need to be able to manage that in a cautious manner.
Let me ask you about face masks. We're all wearing them this morning. There was a slight change yesterday. Have you absorbed the detail of that yet? Do you understand the requirement now?
Face masks, probably we would have anticipated that. So that's not a great surprise to us. And I can't think of any measure that we hadn't already introduced other than that. So that's not really a hugely significant step, although Kitty has said about the discomfort. We're all familiar with that. But that's something, that's a minor concern amid a much wider and broader set of concerns nationally.
And let's just talk about this issue about bringing everybody back to the right level, getting back on track. I know it's a difficult conversation to have. What do you think the emphasis should be there?
Well, firstly, I think it's really important to emphasise that schools have developed fantastic online provision. And we're keen, very keen here, to guard against the notion that this generation of children are somehow going to be lost and forever disadvantaged. That is simply not the case. I understand that some children will need some additional support to catch up, but I'm sceptical of the notion that it's possible to reclaim that time. It doesn't matter how much money the government invests into schooling, although additional funding is always welcome, clearly. You cannot buy back time. I'm intent on creating a climate when students return that is warm, welcoming, safe and secure. Subjecting students to intensive tuition and revision programmes after school and at the weekends and in holidays is not going to be conducive to their mental health and well-being, and it won't be conducive to their academic progress. I think what we need to do rather is trust the teacher expertise and dedication that they will discern where there is need and that their commitment will ensure that these young people get where they need to be.
Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate all your time this morning. Some interesting points. There is an awful lot for schools and teachers to consider, the practicalities of how they bring everybody back, and then what education actually looks like in the days and the weeks through the term to come.